So I'm going to just give you a bit of advice and show you about curling. So it is human hair and it has been very chemically treated. So, and you know, it's obviously sometimes you've got to think that there's quite a lot of different hair types in here, you know, and quite often the cuticle has been taken away as well. So it can make the hair be more fragile. So what we're going to use a heat protection spray before we put any kind of heat on it. So that's with straighteners or with a wand or with anything like that. Okay, so I'm just going to spray it all first. Now, I wouldn't recommend overusing heat on your products, but it is one of those that, again, if you put a curl in it, then the curl should last. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put a slight curl in. Okay. It's always nice to be able to do different things with it. Just feels like it's your own normal hair. I'll just put a bit of a bend on the end of it. Now obviously you can have a tighter curl depending on which tool that you decide to use. We're just using these wide plate straighteners today. These straighteners, they're a French make called 𝗧𝘄𝗶𝘁𝗁𝗍, and we've got it on quite a low heat. They've got titanium plates, so they're a lot kinder to the hair, so they just glide down. Okay, I'm just going to spray it. So if you've got any questions that you think, so just wash it every 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. But making sure that you use the correct products. Don't use hot water. There are some instructions for you to follow. Yeah. That come in your box. And you can dry it with a hairdryer. But you're best letting it dry as naturally as you can. Yeah. The least amount of heat, the better. The least amount of pulling. You know, you need to be really careful. You just need to use a wide tooth comb when it's wet. Don't use anything that's like a brush, because again you can pull on the hair and you can pull it out from the cap structure, so you just need to be really, really careful. Okay. Yeah, just try and let it dry as much as possible, but make sure that, you know, the cap is dry as well underneath. You can use a hairdryer just on a low heat. I always find that if you use a nozzle at the end of your hairdryer as well, that's better. So try not to overdo it with your straighteners. You can use hairspray on it, but just be careful that you don't want to overload it with hairspray. Yeah. Because again, it's trying to wash that out as well. So how does it make you feel now having this hair?
A lot better.
Yeah.
Myself. I
feel more confident. Yeah, that's great. That's what we wanted you to feel like. What's been the response from people when you've been out and about and you've had to shave your hair off, and how have people reacted to that?
Everyone's been really nice. They're saying it suits me and I don't need a wig and that, but you feel more better when you've got hair.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, do you know how to curl your hair with straighteners?
No.
No, okay. Just take a little bit of practice, but as I say, if you've got a wand, then you can always use a wand, but it is important to make sure that you use a heat protection spray. I'm using a Sexy Hair Protector Spray there. We use that a lot with hair extensions when we curl those as well. So they're really good products. Now try not to be tempted to colour your wig or anything like that, because colouring wigs is completely different to colouring your own hair, simply because, like I said again, it's not just one hair type that could be in this wig, and it's just very, very different. So If you do want to get it coloured, then make sure that you go to somebody that's professional.
Yeah.
It can't be lightened, it can just maybe be toned or made darker. I'm just going to actually comb this out with my fingers first. How does that actually feel on your scalp? Does it feel heavy? Does it just feel nice?
It just feels nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too tight either.
No, that's good. So all we've done now is just giving you a little bit of a bend on the ends. So you can have a tighter curl if you want,
Yeah.
if you use a wand. But if you're doing that and you're using the heat further up, then make sure that you put the protection spray
Yeah.
all along, okay?
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave you with Sylvia, and then she can just do any trimming that needs to be done.
Okay, yeah.
All right?